Hey guys, this is Neon Nezzy, back again with another Destiny Knights video. So today, this is the much awaited JUN Spotlight video. I call him the Giant Killer in this video because you need either, to my knowledge, you need either Francisca or JUN to nuke down the giant bosses in like a shot or two. And I had JUN before I had Francisca. No, actually I got JUN afterwards, but I just liked him so much more. So I used him. So he was like my go-to unit for giant killing. This is him, Rock JUN. These are his orbs. I tried to maximize damage and utility. So he has 57% skill cooldown reduction, but that should be 60%. And that defense, I think it's okay for now, 2600. Just over 2600. What I would like to do is replace these iron, what are they called again? Iron Guard? Iron Wall. These Iron Wall orbs with concentration orbs, and possibly get him to about 40% critical rate with 2000 defense and 60% skill cooldown reduction. If I could do that, I would argue I had the best JUN in like the entire world. But there's probably some people out there that can do it. I just can't do it right now because of the level of my orbs and crest. I gave him the Apocalyptic Dreamer, which just gives him a ton of defense as his title. Yeah, for him, it's all up to you guys. I've made a separate video on him, but really quick, what you should do with his skills are... Wait. My skill 4 was never maxed out? Nani? What? I never maxed out. I use this guy everywhere. What? What? I use him everywhere and I haven't maxed him out. Alright, I mean it's only a cooldown reduction. There's no damage increase, but that's still pretty huge. Dang it. Alright, whatever. So you guys can go about this two ways. You have to max out all of it, skills 1 and 2, but there's two ways to go about it. If you guys want to maximize damage, then max out skill 1 first and then skill 2. If you guys want to maximize utility like I did when I first got him, maximize skill 2 first and then skill 1 second. That way you guys have more utility with the cooldown reductions for the entire team. It's random, but it's still cooldown reductions, and more often than not it lands at least on one skill that could come in really, really clutch. So without further ado, let's get into... So let's do this. Let's use him in Giants. I want to say let's use him in Arena too. But because Arena is getting... like the whole Arena system is going to get a huge change. I would say let's not use JUN in Arena just because it's not going to stay relevant for too long. However, if you guys are using him, take him in with units that have a cleanse, and then somebody that can either increase defense or critical rate and critical damage, or your damage output, or somebody that can put a negative effect on the opponent to increase the damage coming onto them. If you guys can do like just one of those things, you're going to be increasing JUN's damage by quite a bit. So first off is the Imperial Death Henge Giant. For this one I use my number 2 team. Fairly standard. Just JUN is the star here. I bring in Helga for status activation increase. I bring in Ebonia for the shock. I bring in... What's her name? The cat girl. No, not the cat girl. Tanya? Tasha? What is her name? I forgot. So I use Helga first, Tasia to shock, and then... Oh my god. GG. So, Alright. That was a complete fail. I was so... Oh! Here's the reason why I failed. I didn't even notice. My speed, guys. Make sure you guys bring the speed down, simply because otherwise things get too fast. Things get too fast. So what I do is I take in henge, I get close, toss it to land the shock, and then JUN for the nuke. This was a 6-second run. I can generally do this in... My average time is 4 seconds, my best time is 2 seconds, but honestly guys, like, it's not even about... Once it's less than 10 seconds, I would say you don't need to make it any better, alright? There's no need to go from 10 seconds to an 8-second run. It's not worth it, just stick to it. So that was my first team. So again, bring in henge or JUN for status activation, bring in or anybody else to apply a shock debuff, and then bring in JUN or Francisca. This being a JUN spotlight video, we used JUN. Next is the Imperial Death Henge. Here, things are a little bit different. I use my Team 4, which consists of Kerr, Shaolin, and JUN. So again, I've made a video on the Giants, but really quick. Basically, what you guys want to do is bring in enough breaks that can pile up to make 6 breakpoints in total to break the giant boss, at which point you can deal more damage. So possible combinations for these is you just need any hero that can you need 2 heroes. One of them needs to be any hero that can take off 2 breakpoints on the boss, and then the second unit can be either Paper Kerr or Paper Harambe, aka Paper Hugo, or Scissor Benito, or maybe even the new Victor. I'm not sure what the new Victor's, Paper Victor's skill is, or what his break type is, because this boss is resistant, as you can see here, to 4 different types of breaks, right? But the units that I just mentioned, they have a type of break that this boss is not resistant to. So again, right here I use a Shaolin as my one unit that can take off 2 or more breakpoints, and then I have Paper Kerr as the unit that's going to take out 4 breakpoints, totaling to a total of 6 breakpoints, in which time JUN will dish out as much damage as he can. So right here we're going to take this out, go in, then come out. He does this ice spin first. After that, you guys can go in, because the next thing he's going to do is allow us to break him. So again, I'm freeze framing here, trying to get the right time, just to make it easy for people. I'll tell you guys right now that the break cycle starts at 15 seconds. So when the timer on the thing is 4:45, that's when the break cycle starts, alright? So now you guys can go ahead and apply your breaks. That last one, alright, that hit. Alright, and if we could just... So we're gonna get knocked back by this. For these runs, I would say if you guys can keep your runs in between a minute and 30 seconds, it's all good. It's not that bad. Right now, this is a terrible run for me, but I still feel like... What do you mean my target hasn't... I'm specifying the target right now. Don't give me that BS. Yo, where do I go? Alright, so that was about a minute and 3 seconds. Generally my runs take me about 30 seconds or less, but there I just wasn't quick enough. Couldn't dish out enough damage with my JUN. Also, if my Shaolin had some accuracy, she could land the damage taken increase debuff, which would result in JUN landing more damage, but it's all good. Next, what I can do is, well, if you guys want to see teams for JUN, I would highly recommend you guys go out and check Easy the Gamer's video on it. He made a video recently on good teammates for JUN, and honestly I think he did a pretty good job. Let me just show you guys my team. Let me just show you guys a general team. So for JUN, what's important is that he brings in damage and utility. In that sense, he's highly efficient, plays a huge role. So now that you have the damage and the utility of skill cooldown reduction, you guys already don't need to have a skill cooldown reduction of 60%. It's good if you guys have a skill cooldown reduction of 60%, but other than that, it's not as necessary as before, because JUN with his skill 2 is going to be reducing cooldowns by like 6 seconds every hit, right? So next up, what you guys want is somebody to apply heals. So Elki being extremely OP, let me try and use units that can be argued to not be too OP. So I'm going to use Benito for the damage, JUN for damage, as well as the utility. I'll use Paper Eve, a 4-star, for my leader, just because she can heal and she can she can heal, and with her leader skill she reduces the damage that I take by quite a bit. Lastly, let me bring, you guys are going to bring in someone, right? Like a healer or somebody. So let me just bring in Arcana. She has no orbs or crest, as you guys saw. So this is kind of balanced, right? I have Afterlife Benito. These are his stats. You guys already saw my JUN stats. Eve has something on her just to maximize her heal, but nothing really. She's only, as you guys can see, a 5-star unit. Ebonia, I mean, Arcana has a leader skill, but that's about, I mean, a title, but that's about it. So let's go ahead and pray for the best. Because actually, I should have used Arcana as my leader, because she will extend buff durations by rock heroes by 20%. Dang it, I should have gone with that. Alright, let's speed this up. We have 45,000 health. That's honestly pretty low health to be doing this stage. Okay, here we come. Here we go. Strike. The reason why I like Eve is because not only does she heal, she also has a chance to cleanse. And guys, she's a 4-star unit. So a lot of people definitely have her. If not her, her sister, who is also amazing as a leader or as a striker. Oh yeah. So the reason why we use JUN for these runs is simply because, or the reason why he's really good for nightmare runs is because his first skill is just, it's a wide area of effect, right? So it's AoE, and the first wave being a lot of trash waves, even if his AoE can charge it up to 3 amps for maximum damage, even if the AI unleashes it at 1 amp or a 1 charge, it still does quite a decent amount of damage. At 2 charges, almost anything will die, and at 3 charges, it deals over half health damage to the boss. So it's just really strong. His second skill is also great for boss fights or for those mini bosses in the trash wave stages, where you get like 2 or 3 mini bosses, because they have enough health to sustain a barrage of his second skill, which will help everybody on your team except for that skill get cooldowns reduced. And of course, his second skill also has a 60% chance at max. This doesn't happen all the time, but there's a 60% chance that after you finish barraging your opponent, you're going to do an explosion that's going to also do some AoE damage. Here, I can show you guys that thing really quick, because people must be thinking like, what is he saying, right? So let's get into skill preview really quick. So first skill, right? It's wide area of effect, as I was saying, high damage. 1 amp does quite a bit of damage. Second amp almost kills anything. This second skill, watch this, alright? I'm gonna lower the speed. You guys saw that? At the end, he like did all the hits and then he kind of exploded. that explosion right there. See? But right there, he didn't do it. He did it there. Did it there. He didn't do it there. So it's only a 60% chance of that happening, but that shockwave of when he explodes like that also deals a ton of damage. So that can help you guys get through the trash wave pretty quick too. If it's applied onto the boss or mini boss, it still does enough damage, or it does, I should say, significant damage while reducing cooldowns. All in all, guys, he is a great nuker and just high utility, all put in just one unit. JUN, I call him the giant killer. I don't know what you guys want to call him, but that's it, guys. That's my spotlight video on JUN. Let me know if you guys like the amount of detail that I went into this unit. If you guys want more detail, I can bring that out too. And also, definitely let me know if you guys want more hero-specific guides like this. I just realized there are a lot of 5 units that can be used, or that can be used in a multitude of ways that aren't always talked about, and they're all very useful. So once again, guys, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or topics for future videos, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you guys like my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. It's completely free and it helps keep me motivated. Is there anything else I want to say? Nope, that's it. And oh, let me know what units you guys want me to cover next. Until the next time, guys, Neon out.